Welcome, action believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another very quick unboxing related video to, of course, once again, Spider-Man PS4. Now, it has been a long time since we have actually done one of these unboxing videos. And you guys know me, I'm a huge fan of the game, and I've gotten every single merchandise item that I can get my hands on, whether it's official or fan-made, from the art book, collector's edition, special bundles, little Funko Pops, you know, collector's art books and everything like that, posters, vinyl soundtracks, all the good stuff. And the last thing that I believe that we unmasked that was fan-made, I don't remember what the official thing was that was related to the game specifically, like the vinyl soundtrack or the art book, but the fan-made thing that we unboxed last time was actually a Inner Demon mask. And I've said that I think that they totally dropped the ball on Marvel or whoever's in charge of the merchandise for the game to actually make masks of the Inner Demons, all the different variations of masks. It's a super cool Halloween costume to wear if you're, you know, planning for Halloween months ahead of time. And just a cool outfit overall. But I found a fan-made one, which is very cool, over on Etsy, which, if you don't know, is a website where you can order like custom-made masks or items or blueprints of certain things that you can make at your own home and buy them off there, and it's awesome. So that's where I got my Inner Demon mask. But this time, we are unboxing something very, very special, in my opinion, are replicas of Peter's web shooters from Spider-Man PS4. And I know people do this for like Homecoming or the Amazing Spider-Man movies, like they have the replicas of the movie web shooters in their, like an item that they actually own from the movie sets, or actually something that they just have a fan make custom online and then they get it in the mail, which is awesome. And I was like, do they do that for the game, or is anyone doing that online related to Spider-Man PS4? And they've even done it too for Into the Spider-Verse. But I checked like advanced suit, web shooters, and then sure enough, it was there. And shout out to my main man, Ivan, or actually I believe it's Iwan, over on Twitter, one of the two. And he actually made the custom web shooters over on Etsy. I saw that he was making them. There are only 2 pairs left. And also shout out to my main man, Vigilante Spider, for actually informing me that that's where I can get them. And there's different websites where you can get like a 3D printer blueprint model of what the web shooters look like. Like within the game, Peter has like a Fitbit wristband watch. And then on the top of it, that's his watch, and then on the bottom, it's his web shooters. These are just the web shooters themselves, and you can go online, try and find different people that make certain versions of it in a different way, either have it attached to actually what's like an iWatch or something like that, like a really thin watch to replicate exactly what it looks like from the game with Peter's Fitbit wristband. And then the web shooters, these are just the web shooters on a wristband that, you know, stretches out, and there are magnets on the web shooter. And once you do get it from the person I ordered from, which I will leave his info in the description below, you will then find a boom, amazing package of a Spider-Man case filled in with greatness. This is what the lid looks like. This isn't just something I add on. It actually was delivered to me like this, in this exact casing with this Spider-Man symbol on it. And then boom, presto, you get the web shooters, which I think is the coolest. Obviously, you get a foam padding to cover them because they are delicate. They're actually pretty durable. I'm not sure what the material is that they are made out of. It's definitely not like a fragile metal or anything. They're like kind of like hard plastic, but covered in the coloring of the advanced web shooters. You see like the fine detail of the actual shooters themselves. There's where the webs come out. You see like the spray nozzle of the shooter has the 3 little indentations like they do in the game. The metal part is, of course, magnetized, so it can come off of the web shooter wristband. There are the magnets, and then the exact web shooter looks like this, how it does in the game, which I think is awesome. Sorry, it's not really focusing on that, but you see the bottom is black, but you see these 2 dots are magnets to attach to the wristband. You see the little tiny details of the web shooter covering with the yellow, the black, and the silver and red, of course, to indicate the advanced suit. There were other ones in the game, as well as what you can buy through Etsy, is that while Peter Parker is walking around, you know, John Bubniak in the Feast Shelter or doing Peter Parker gameplay, the web shooters on the wrist are actually silver. Whereas in the game, when you are Spider-Man, it's red and black and silver with little bits of yellow. But when you're Peter, they're actually gray to camouflage or blend in with the wristband that he has on, his watch, pretty much on both of his wrist, which I think is a very cool detail that Insomniac added for the game, and that the person over on Etsy are actually making sure that they can create the exact same detail within the replica models of the web shooters. And the interior of the case comes with this foam bed that is actually within the case itself, so that way you can rest your web shooters on, and that way they look very, very pristine, in great condition, and that way you can just slap them on and go deal out some web slinging justice. And then on the very bottom is an extra plastic bag with extra magnets to make your own custom-sized web shooter if the wristbands aren't doing it for you. If for somehow they don't fit on your wrist, you can make your own custom wristband with the material that is provided with you, with extra magnets and a nice Ziploc bag. And that is what came with the order of the web shooters over on Etsy. So if you do want to order a pair for yourselves, they might still be in stock. I'm not too sure, because they were a very, very fast selling item, because people really wanted to get those web shooters, and I'm just one of the lucky few that actually is able to get them. But of course, as you see here, the wristbands are now attached to my wrists. The front and back look great. They fit well. They're very snug. I don't know if it's just me, because I'm allergic to certain things, but the wristband themselves are a bit itchy. I know that's kind of like a joke I think that Peter makes at some point, like, oh, and like not in the game, but like I think in like another Spider-Man movie, he's like, oh, it's a bit like, oh yeah, Tom Holland in Civil War, he's like, oh, it's itchy. It kind of feels like that. The wristbands are a bit itchy when you first put them on, but the more you wear them, the more you're accustomed to it, it does become like second nature, and then you're more used to the material and fabric that are made within these. And of course, the web shooter right here, and then slapped, bam, done. It's sick. It's literally just magnetized right to your hands, and instantly you're Spider-Man, or now you're Spider-Man with actual web shooter greatness. Oh, that's so sick. Again, these are like the most clean web shooters I could find. There's obviously very much a lot of similarities to that of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 design from the movie or the game. I did like the web shooter design in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's just so much sleeker, and I know a lot of people are asking, where's the the trigger? How can you shoot webs without a trigger? And that is a little slight nitpick detail of the web shooters themselves. I would think it's either A, motion censored, or B, that in the game it's slapped on so we can use them as Spider-Man, but then not as Peter. But then we see Peter Parker gameplay where he is web swinging up to the air vent in the Fee Shelter, crawling around and everything. But then I would think he slaps on the web shooters on his costume, and then in the costume of the advanced suit, you see like a pad, a palm press, like, oh, that's where he shoots his webs. That's where the pressure point is to shoot out the web line from the costume with the advanced suit and even his classic suit. So I don't know, I don't know if that was a slight detail. Maybe Insomniac forgot to add the launching, pressure pad for the web shooters of the advanced suit shooters. But this is exactly one-to-one how they look like in the game. And it's literally the coolest thing that you could have as a hardcore Spider-Man fan. And if you're a huge fan of the game, I definitely recommend that you go pick them up over on Etsy. Again, I believe his name is Iwan or Ivan, and I will leave his link in the description below if you do want to try and go out and buy them for yourselves, because again, they are selling out like hotcakes, and these are, again, really, really cool items to have. It's so sick. That's awesome, because that's exactly what Peter does in the game. He just slaps them on his wrist, and he goes out and saves the day. But anyways, guys, that was my unboxing / review / showcase of the replica models of the advanced suit web shooters, which are awesome. They don't have a Fitbit, but you can obviously attach one on yourself. You can work around these if you want to, add your own flair to it, or make it exactly like how Peter has, where he has the Fitbit on the back of his wrist, near the back of his hand, and then the front where the palm is actually where the web shooter is. And there's an exact model online where it is a 3D blueprint, like a 3D printer model of what it would look like as a Fitbit web shooter combo. Like, the web shooters are built into the Fitbit. This is just a wristband that slaps, it's magnetic, and it literally just looks like the web shooter. But there's multiple items of these out there, multiple versions and variations. If you want something like this was around, I think, like $35 or something. So for me, I think that's a pretty good price. And if you want to look into some more, Spider-Man stuff, definitely go on Etsy for not just the game, but just Spider-Man stuff in general. I'm a huge sucker for these because I love the game. And wearing these while playing the game is a really, really cool experience. But anyways, guys, that was my unboxing of the web shooters. And quick announcement before I go, I'm actually headed off to my very first time to New York City as a 21st birthday present from my mom to me. And we're going to be there throughout the entire week from the 7th to the 14th. We might be leaving earlier on the 12th. We're not too sure yet. But the 14th is, I think, when we are leaving back to head home to Pacifica, California. So there may not be a lot of videos from me from now until next week. But if there's anything new, just follow me on Twitter and I'll post stuff about, Spider-Man or Iron Man or whatever's going on relating to Marvel, DC, whatever I'm interested in. And if I'm gone for a while, I will be back once I'm back from New York. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love Spider-Man and these web shooters are awesome. And I will see you guys next time. And I will also try and do a vlog of New York while I'm there. It may not be a big one, but just a small one visiting certain iconic places that Spider-Man visits, of course. So it'll be fun. But until then, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans. Peace out.